Hey guys, let's talk about Indian television. Okay, let's just stop memeing about Rasode Mein Kaun Tha, Rashi Thi. Okay, we all know Rashi Thi, and I'm heavily invested in that show more than Breaking Bad. The biggest reason why Indian television sucks is because of your fucking dadi. Alright, I know it's kind of harsh, and maybe you dislike the video out of spite, but just listen to me, okay? The only person in your family that probably watches Indian television right now, like soap operas and India में ये रसोड़े वाला जो भी show, it's your dadi, okay? No one else, not your mom. I hope not your mom, at least. Mom watches Indian television. You know what? It's too bad for you. Life is not going great. You can just dislike the video and more. The reasons why Indian television genuinely sucks, and the biggest reason is, guess what? The audience. Yes. Who watches the shows? You guys are the ones watching the show. So they're gonna produce shit. And guess what? They're not gonna come up with new shit. Like even Bollywood works a little better than them, to be honest, because if Baghi 3 works out, which is because of you fucking idiots, at least they make another different movie and try to copy a different fucking shitty, like. But Indian television, they just produce 1000 episodes. Like every show ever has crossed 1000 episodes. Can you believe that? Can you believe Game of Thrones ever crossing 1000 episodes, or Breaking Bad ever crossing that, and Bryan Cranston throwing a fucking party and cutting a cake that reads 1000 episodes? That would be shit. You know why? Because good things end. Good things always come to an end. Like great things always come to an end. It's these shitty shows that don't end and have no real character development ever. Okay, let's talk about the India's best show. Everyone says Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. It's supposed to be the funniest Indian television show. It fucking sucks. Okay, I know this is a controversial opinion to have right now because everyone's memeing Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma unironically, sadly, and everyone loves Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma on Instagram right now. I don't really care. It's a really bad show, and let's just dissect why. Alright, this is just a small Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma segment. Let's watch the first episode and then watch the latest episode right now. I am not keeping up with the show, obviously, and you can figure out that there is zero character development. You know why? Because Indian television is the fucking most coward industry ever, I think, and they're not willing to take any risks. They'll just fucking vomit out shit that you eat and poop out the shit that you consume every day, and they have to produce a new episode, every day, and can't produce anything of quality every day that is also scripted. That's what I think, and maybe someone in the future might prove me wrong. Black Out Chashma is about a guy who hits on his neighbor even though he has a wife and runs an electronics store. Everything the funny that happens in the series is somehow related to a year. I'm sorry for that. I know this video is very thoda harsh ho gaya ye video. दूसरे video से just because I'm so passionate about it, I'm gonna pretend I like Indian television. It's the worst fucking thing ever. And if you don't make your dadi stop, it will go on like this. Indian television has pretty much died or will die off in the next 5 years, I think, unless and until it improves, because streaming platforms are already here and they're making really banger content, even the worst content on Prime, Netflix, and Alt Balaji. No, fuck Alt Balaji. But even the worst content on Prime and Netflix is way better than the best content on cable TV right now. And sub produces shit like Sub TV and Sony and Star Plus. They are just producing shitty video, like shitty these serials that are so backwards, and they try to come up with something that is kind of progressive, and then it doesn't work out. Either it doesn't work out or it just works out, and then they just make it way backwards. Like this is how Indian television works. So season 1, when it's being promoted and shit and all the trailers are out, it's about a girl who's studying to be an IS officer and a guy who's a rich businessman, and he accidentally runs over her with a car, and then they meet and they fall in love. And you might and but then she's like, oh, I don't have time for guys, मेरे को अपने career पे अभी focus करना है. And then you're like, wow, this is progressive, maybe I'll give it a watch. I never do that, by the way, but if you do, that's good for you. But I already know what's gonna happen in season 2, and then by the end of season 1, it's like, oh, I guess मुझे इससे शादी करनी पड़ेगी. And then season 2 begins, and she's like, I guess मैं IAS की अपनी जॉब छोड़ ही सकती हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को अपने पति का ध्यान रखना है, और मेरा पति ड्रिंक करता है कभी कभार, विच इज़ बैड. यू कांट ड्रिंक गाइज. आई टेल यू सम गुड शोज. सारा भाई वर्सेस सारा भाई. That's it, because that's the only good show I remember. I mean, some shows have tried to be better. Even Sara Bhai was Sara Bhai season 2 was pretty bad. Sara Bhai was Sara Bhai. If you watch it, it's so ahead of its time that it's like people, we as a society are not even there still, and we live in 2020, and that show came out in like 2003 or 2002. That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, Adalat was kind of good, and CID has some good episodes, but these shows still are very bad, like especially CID, which is very cheesy. And if you are gonna just pass it and let it go like unnoticed and just like usko free pass ek de doge ki अरे पर story तो अच्छी है, then guess what will happen? They'll just produce more shit. So the only way, I think, of cleaning this Indian television pandemic is to just stop watching it and make your dadi stop watching it. I mean, show her alt Balaji, maybe she's into that shit. और मतलब कुछ भी दिखा दो है प्लीज़, मेरे सब दिखा दो अपनी दादी को, पर मुझे फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, पर इंडियन टेलीविज़न दिखाना बंद करो. एक और जो बुरी बात है बहुत ज़्यादा इंडियन टेलीविज़न शोज़ एक और टाइप के हैं, वो है रिलीजियस शोज़, विच इज़ जस्ट लाइक इन मी पोलाइटली सेइंग दैट सिर्फ हिंदू इसके बारे में शो हैं. एंड इट्स नॉट दैट हिंदूज़ या हिंदुज़म के बारे में शो नहीं बनने चाहिए, बट द थिंग इज़ देयर इज़ नो डाइवर्सिटी, पहली बात. एंड दूसरी बात, दी शोज़ आर सो लाइक, if anything, they're the most unreligious thing ever, because they are basically selling you your own religion. And ये लोग गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स से कॉपी करते हैं हमारी हिंदू और हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स में इसको इंक्लूड करने के लिए, विच इज़ सो फकिंग शिटी. आई हेट इट एंड आई डोंट इवन वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट more than this, just because I hate it so much, and it's so shitty. If I find even one of the creators of these shitty shows who like steals the concepts from Game of Thrones and then puts it in our religious shows, I will punch you in the face. I don't even care who you are. If I meet you at an airport, I won't take a selfie, I will punch you in the face. One of the worst things, I mean, you should check out the CNG channel. Just type out the problems with Indian television, and then there's this like Tanmay Bhatt and other people podcasting. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting a name, but it is a good podcast where actually people from the industry are talking about why Indian television is so bad. And guess what? They don't even have table reads. Yes. No, you were just handed a script, you read it, and you just go on set and you just blurb it out, and that's it. And you can see it in the acting, to be honest. The acting is really bad. And the thing about Indian television is like nothing is good about it. Someone just tell me one thing good about your favorite show that is currently on television right now, and you cannot, because they are all shitty in every aspect. Acting sucks, writing sucks, camera, like video quality in general sucks. Like it's almost as good as what I'm recording right now. There's no cinematography, definitely. They don't know shit like that. And editing, wow, the best editing ever. Thanks Indian television, because you've memed us globally. And moving on, I think Indian television is just really bad, and I'm happy that we've moved on from that, and now people are more into web series. बस just भाई दो चीज़ कभी मत करना, एक तो इंडियन टेलीविजन कभी मत देखना, और प्लीज़ ऑल्ट बालाजी कभी मत देखना, बिकॉज गेस व्हाट, इंडियन टेलीविजन को एक ही लेडी ने बिगाड़ा है, और वो है एकता कपूर. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.